Good evening. This is Monday, the 26th of August, 2024, and the time now is 44 minutes past 10 p.m. This is the message for Wladmir Klitschko, the former heavyweight champion of the world. I don't respect you. My name is the Bull of Lewisham. I'm the Matador. I don't respect you, mate. I don't respect you. Now listen to me. Let's be reasonable. Yeah. Democracy is democracy. Freedom of speech is freedom of speech. I know some people say people like me, like my design. And I'm talking about historically. I'm not talking about now, in 2024. I'm talking like 50, 60, 70 years ago. There was a lot of hate towards minorities. Are you aware of this? I mean, do you know about the history of the Western world? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but are you aware of the history of the Western world, especially the United States of America and the South, and here in the UK? I know that the British now try to forget about that part of their history, but history is history. I mean, somebody writes it down in the book, right? So there's books out there somewhere about what went on, rightly or wrongly. It's been recorded. What I'm trying to say, Mr. Klitschko, I have freedom of speech. I have freedom of speech. Yeah, I have freedom of speech. Yeah. I have freedom of speech, mate. Yeah. I have freedom of speech. Yeah. And let me tell you something. I know you've retired now. You're an old man now, right? But you could come out of retirement, potentially, theoretically, and we could meet in Ukraine. I know there's some problem going over there at the moment with Zelensky. Yeah, it'd be resolved soon, wouldn't it? We've got to be optimistic, right? We've got to say positive things about this stuff going on there. But we could meet potentially. What about in Wales, Cardiff, Wales? You know, we could put a ring up. We could go to find a farmyard, a lovely farmer, open-minded, pay him, whatever the going rate is. Put a ring, build like wooden seats around there, benches for the fans, for the audience. Me and you. Now listen, mate. In this world today, people are very fickle, and they don't have no sense of humour or anything like that. They're very boring. They're very sensitive. They're like flowers, and they don't understand English, and they get things wrong, and they do that deliberately. They jump to conclusions. They're very emotional. I think people are more emotionally wired than ever in the history of mankind. I'm talking about today's world. They're very emotional. You have a discussion with them. They're looking for something to point the finger at you. They don't want to listen to the whole view. You never get to the end of your pitch or what you're trying to say before they stop you and try and argue with you and try and find fault. Have you noticed that? I've noticed that a lot lately. I'm talking and I'm never allowed to finish what I'm saying. They know I'm talking. They know that it will make sense when I finish, but they want to find fault. What did you mean by that? Or then they interrupt and take the conversation a completely different place. It's just the modern world today. I find that a lot in England. That's what they do here. Anyway, Mr. Klitschko, as I was saying, whenever you're ready, mate. Whenever you're ready. I ain't scared of you. And what I mean by that is, what I'm trying to say here is, in terms of boxing, I have to repeat this again because In terms of boxing, BOXING. Boxing. In terms of boxing, you put on gloves, the padded gloves, right? I put on, me too. I put on padded gloves, and we go into a ring with a referee. This is all. This video, what I've recorded, is for boxing, nothing else. I'm not insinuating nothing else. I'm not implying nothing else out of this video. It's just about boxing. It's just boxing. I'm not trying to be rude or this is boxing talk. You may not think it's boxing talk, but where I am there sitting is boxing talk. Does that make sense? Like, I'm a man, you're a man, so you say what you say as a man, wherever you are in Ukraine or wherever you are in the world. I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm a Jamaican. So I'm saying what I'm saying as a Jamaican. My people's from Jamaica. So you express yourself as a man. I'm expressing myself as a Jamaican man. So, and you have to understand, in Jamaica, our culture is misunderstood. The culture is very misunderstood in Jamaica. Very misunderstood. Very misunderstood. Yeah. It's probably one of the most misunderstood cultures in the world, Jamaican culture. However, this video is about boxing. I'll spell it again. B-O-X-I-N-G. Boxing, the sport. Like boxing, the sport. You know, the sport that you've done in your life. And the sport that I do. Boxing. So nothing implied outside in the crazy world. Just like boxing. So what I'm saying now, Mr. Klitschko, we'll meet one day in the boxing ring. That's the hope. You're probably saying, oh, this guy he's crazy because we're never going to meet in the boxing ring because I've retired now and I was champion like 15, 20 years ago, whatever it was. 15, 20 years ago I was champion and I don't have that same fitness and, it's never going to happen because, I've put on weight and, my hair's going grey and it's going balding and fair enough. But you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. And what I mean by that is anything's possible. Anything's possible. We could put on an exhibition. We could do a bit of sparring. I've got a mate named Rob. He's got a gym up in Cricklewood. He's my mate. Go around there, bish bash bomb. We can have a bit of knockabout. Show me what you got. You understand? Show me what you got. What you've been training all your life for. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, in boxing, you need a license. You can't just be bully without a license. I understand that. You need to get a license. Then you get a promoter, you find the manager, you start training, you find training. You know the drill, Klitschko, and I know the drill as well. My name is the Bull of Lewisham, Ninecraft, because I'm crafty. I'm like Jack Johnson, if not better. Now what I'm saying to you, okay, Mr. Klitschko, have a sense of fun. Life is not depressing. Life is not a bore. Yeah. Life is not a bore. It's not depressing. It's not an anticlimax, is it? So lighten up. Have a sense of fun. Put on your hat. And just relax, because if it's not me and you, I'm sure there's somebody in Ukraine or Russia. You got Alexander Usyk, who's the champion at the moment. I'm sure you're aware. And I respect the man. But what I'm saying is there must be other fighters up and coming in Russia or Ukraine or Bulgaria or that part of your world. We know where you people are. There must be people that are banging up, hitting the punch bag and really trying to get that, hitting the punch bag, really trying to get that effect. I support that. I want behind them guys. You just keep hitting them bags, punch bags, and eating the oats. Eat your oats. Take your oats every morning. Put in some bananas with some nuts, some hazelnuts and walnuts, and all of that in there. You get as strong as you can. It's really going to help. So, Mr. Usyk, excuse me, got Usyk on the brain. Mr. Klitschko, you got such a nice name as well, haven't you? Your surname is beautiful, Klitschko. Klitschko. It kind of rhymes. Klitschko. It's a beautiful surname. That part of the world, Russia, they've got such beautiful surnames, haven't they? Like in Russia. I know you're not from Russia. I think you're Ukrainian. But I'm saying in Russia, they've got such beautiful surnames. I mean, people, especially in the West, They don't appreciate the beauty of Russia and that part of the world. It's a beautiful surname, Klitschko, isn't it? It's like that was made for sport. You got a name like that, people are going to stand up and take notice, isn't it? That alone is going to help you to win the fight. A name like that, isn't it, Klitschko? But my name is the Bull of Lewisham, and I'm a bull. Well, I'm not a bull. I don't have two horns, but I'm not a bull. I'm not a bull, but that's just my name. I could be called Sugar Daddy, or Superfly, or Jim McKnight, or Black in the Bush, or Big Nose Black Man, or One Eye Black Man, or Throats in the Marsh. Here comes Sugar Hill over the hill. Any name. It's irrelevant, but my name is the Bull of Lewisham, Minecraft. And whenever you're ready, Klitschko, you understand? In boxing, BOXING. Nothing out in the crazy world with these mad people. Boxing. You take care of yourself.